When it comes to toxic elimination from the human body, the liver and kidney plays a vital role. Your health is your wealth and therefore needs to be kept in constant check. Dr. Soliman Clinic and Labs offers you the opportunity to find out about your liver and kidney today. With us, you will have a free liver scan and hepatitis B test by ELISA just at 5,000 francs CFA. Find out the state of your kidney. With us, we offer free kidney scan, and if your creatinine is above 1.5, we have the solution. In addition to that, we also offer free medical consultation and free body scan. We are located in 2 cities. In Boya, we are located at mile 18 Bomaka. In Douala, you can find us at Bonaberry, precisely at Entrée Pilote. You can also reach us through the telephone number 694-940172. Your health is at the right place with Dr. Soliman.
The following case will show us and teach us something very important. In this case here, let me give you an introduction about what's going on. This is a lady that always feels like worms walking on her skin. And this is very bad worms that is almost penetrating into her skin, moving, things are walking on her skin. Medication wouldn't do. She's been to so many places. Nothing helped. She came to me and I want you to watch the session that we did with her, and then I'll explain to you what happened. Please, let me play the next video.
على كل شيء قدير أينما تكونوا يأتي بكم الله يأتي بكم الله يأتي بكم الله خذوه فخذوه ثم الجحيم صلوه هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم اصلوها اليوم اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون وكان حقا علينا نصر المؤمنين وكان حقا علينا نصر المؤمنين فقاتلوا أولياء الشيطان 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 إن كيد الشيطان كان ضعيف فقاتلوا أولياء الشيطان فقاتلوا أولياء الشيطان فقاتلوا أولياء الشيطان فقاتلوا أولياء الشيطان إن كيد الشيطان كان ضعيف فقاتلوا أولياء الشيطان فقاتلوا أولياء الشيطان فقاتلوا أولياء الشيطان فقاتلوا أولياء الشيطان إن كيد الشيطان كان ضعيف فقاتلوا أولياء الشيطان إن كيد الشيطان كان ضعيف أينما تكونوا يدرككم الموت ولو كنتم في بروج مشيدة أينما تكونوا يدرككم الموت ولو كنتم في بروج مشيدة وما رميت إذ رميت ولكن الله رمى ولكن الله رمى ولكن الله رمى أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم وهو العلي العظيم وهو العلي العظيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك.
Yeah. During the session, my wife would feel exactly how the patient feels, which is the things are moving, and not those things were not just moving and penetrating into the skin, penetrating. This is the feeling. This is how you feel, exactly how the patient feels. So what we see here, we don't ask the patient. She said this is our problem. So what we see this woman. First of all, let me say, nobody has done anything on that woman. Nobody has attacked her, and she no witchcraft, nothing. We don't see anybody done any harm on this lady. Nobody. But what happened here? Why she's manifesting? What is the problem with her? Herself is the problem. Herself is the problem. So what happened? We see her going to a witch, to call it medicine house. The nurse told me it's called medicine house. She went to one of those medicine house. And those medicine houses do use, obviously, they don't use God's power and you don't use God's light, they use the dark forces. So somebody given her, she said, after this, after we told her, nobody did something on you, you did it to yourself. Then she told me the story, and her daughter was there. She said she doesn't feel God. Okay. If you don't feel God, you go to those places. So what happened? Somebody given her some bad money. I don't know what she meant by bad money, or somebody taking something from her. It has to do with money. She thinks somebody given her bad money, but maybe the reality, nobody gave her bad money. Anyway, she had something in her heart against somebody. So she went to those medicine house to harm that someone. But what happened instead? It was backfired to her. Maybe the guy was innocent. So whatever she meant for that person backfired into her. And that is what she's been feeling for the last few years. That is what she's been feeling for the last few years. It's finished. She has to follow up with a little bit of treatment, and it's finished. It's no more. Because we caught the doer, the evil that has done that to her, and we eliminate. So it's no more. So we eliminated the source of the problem. So what is the take-home message here? You know, in life, there is the good, there is the bad. There is the light, there is the dark. There is nothing in between. There is no gray. There is light and there is dark. And the light and the dark will always be in conflict, will always be fighting, will always be challenging each other. Eventually, the light will always win, because that's the light of God. The dark forces will always lose, especially if the patient is a true victim, especially if the patient is a child or a baby, one we have seen. So, if you have an issue with somebody, as you've seen in this video, everything that was supposed to be, every harm that was supposed to be delivered to somebody has fired back on the same person, on the doer, the one that intended harm for somebody else. So my advice is, if you have a problem with somebody, solve it. Do not go to those places. It will inflict harm on you, on your family, and if it doesn't happen in your time, it will happen in your offspring, in your generation. Stay away from that. Have a strong connection with God, because God is the healer. And if you have a challenge, a problem with somebody, solve it among yourself. If you cannot get a third party to solve it for you. But never go to those medicine houses. It's the devil house. It is not good for you, your children, your life. It does not work. It never worked. Even if you have the impression it might help you in suffering, if you go to them seeking healing, it doesn't work. Instead, it causes more harm. If you have a problem with somebody, solve it. Do not go to those places. Like you seen in this video, whatever she meant for somebody has fired back on her. She was the victim. Now she goes to those places and they cut her with a blade and do this. Her body is all screwed up, all marks, and she's the kind that developed keloids. When I seen her body, I said, wow, you know, you cut, you develop keloid. You know, keloid, those is extra growth on the skin. It's very nasty. You cut, and they cut her all over the place with this, with those razor blades, and her body is all keloids. And what did she get? More suffering. Let's take another minute break, and we'll talk about something else when we come back.
When it comes to toxic elimination from the human body, the liver and kidney plays a vital role. Your health is your wealth and therefore needs to be kept in constant check. Dr. Soliman Clinic and Labs offers you the opportunity to find out about your liver and kidney today. With us, you will have a free liver scan and hepatitis B test by ELISA just at 5,000 francs CFA. Find out the state of your kidney, With us, we offer free kidney scan, and if your creatinine is above 1.5, we have the solution. In addition to that, we also offer free medical consultation and free body scan. We are located in 2 cities. In Boya, we are located at mile 18 Bomaka. In Douala, you can find us at Bonaberry, precisely at Entrepilot. You can also reach us through the telephone number 694-940172. Your health is at the right place with Dr. Soliman.
Welcome back. In the next few minutes, I want to share with you some of the manifestation that can tell you you really have a spiritual problem. We have another issue, a patient that I just seen before I come. The patient is saying that the man, the husband, every time I have sex with my wife, I feel very weak after. I get the cramps, tremoring, cramps and spasm, muscle spasm, and I feel very weak. I feel like my life is being sucked away every time we mate or we have sex. So feeling the cramps, feeling things walking on your skin, closing your eyes, you see in dots, red, black, white. You feel as somebody sitting in your chest. Those are all manifestations of most likely a spiritual problem that is inducing this. Can a spiritual problem induce spasm and cramps? Yes. So I asked the wife, do you eat in your dreams at night? Yes. How frequent is it? Almost every day. Do you have sex in your dreams? Yes. How frequent? Almost every day. Especially, she said, especially when he is not around. They come using his face. So she would think that she is making love with the husband, but is actually not her husband. Her husband is not even in the town. So that's what we call a spiritual husband or a spiritual wife. It can happen to the man. The same thing can happen to the woman. So can we give medication to make you forget your dreams? Yes, we can give medication to block your dreams. Is this the solution? Absolutely not. Because like I said, in spiritually induced madness, we can give medication to block your response. The cause is there, but the medication is just to block your response from seeing or hearing. Now, can this spiritual husband and the spiritual sexual attack, and it looks so real and it feels so real, and the woman will even find herself wet and having an orgasm. The man is the same thing. He can ejaculate and have an orgasm, but there is nobody there in bed. It's all spiritual. So that tells me that it is real. Now, can such a spiritual, disorder, spiritual husband, spiritual wife, can they interfere with the man and woman life together? Absolutely. Can they make them have a fights all the times? Absolutely. Can this spiritual husband for that wife make the man as if he's drained out of his powers, he cannot even walk after sex? Absolutely. The cramps? Absolutely. So those are all manifestation that is induced by a spiritual husband or a spiritual partner that does not like the wife to be touched by the real husband, the human husband, because he doesn't like it, because in his mind he think that this is my wife, you shouldn't be touching her. So those are real scenarios that cannot be treated medically, and no matter where you go, you cannot take care of it. It is spiritual, and it has to be taken care of spiritually. How? By the same means like you have seen. We have to snatch them, and no negotiation. Once those evil spirits attack someone or live with someone, or make somebody's life miserable, there is no negotiation for them. Because when God created both entities, us and them, it's a barrier. You don't touch each other. You don't attack each other. You stay your side, they stay their side. They see us, we do not see them. It doesn't mean that they don't exist. They exist and they are real, as you and I right now. So, if you don't respect the boundaries that God has set for you, and you harm people, then that means you don't believe in God. Because if you would have believed in God, you would have respect God's boundaries. Do not attack human. So the punishment would be death. Death is not me who killed. It's God's power. I utilize God's power to kill them. So if God doesn't want them dead, they will not be dead. So they are being punished for what they have done. And that is the only way to get rid of them. There is no negotiation with them. Oh, I kill a chicken for you, I kill a cow for you. There's no negotiation with them. They would not respect any negotiation. And we don't negotiate with them anyway. For what? There is no negotiation. You attacked us. You deserve to be killed. At the end of the day, I would like to remind you that the human race is superior to all those entities. It's very superior. And this is by God talking. Because all those entities had been ordered to bow to Adam, our great father. All of them, which tells us that Adam was superior, the human race was superior to all of them, as long as there is a condition. As long as you are closely connected to God. You deviate, you are just like them. You are just like them. I would like to end this session. I thank you all for listening and watching. And we'll see you next Saturday, 5 p.m., My Media Prime. God bless you all. See you next week. Thank you.